and welcome to Training Tuesday, where we go through weekly tips and tricks to make your career just a little bit more awesome. This week, we are talking all about your definition of success. So, real talk, in my work as a clarity coach, I hear from clients all day long who are struggling with what success looks like, who are struggling with this definition. And the truth is, when I get on consultations with potential new clients, I always listen for one thing, the thing that I call the shoulds. So the shoulds are, of course, the things that you think you should be doing, right? The things that you think you ought to be doing, and the things that really shape what your definition of success is when it comes to your career. And so the shoulds are the things like, well, I should be in this kind of career. This thing technically should be considered successful on paper. I should start a business. I shouldn't start a business. Any of the above. And when I listen for the shoulds, it's because this is typically the biggest giveaway that these are not actually the things that we want, right? And so, pro tip, if you ever catch yourself saying that word, make a note, because it probably can tell you something about what's going on here. And so I'm always looking for those shoulds on calls, because the reality is people's definition of success when it comes to their career is typically built on these. It's typically built on what they've seen and what they've considered to be success, what they've seen in their family, what they've seen growing up, examples from others who they really look up to. And those are the things that we see, and then we mirror it. We say, well, that is obviously what success looks like, so I should probably follow a similar path. The problem tends to be when we are building our career around these things, and it's not actually what we want at the end of the day, right? So if we are building our career based on a path that isn't actually aligned with the stuff that feels good to us, we're gonna have a problem. We're gonna have a discrepancy there, and we're gonna have friction. And that's where you get this discomfort coming up for people where they're like, where I hear from, every single day, people saying, well, I thought that reaching this point was gonna feel a lot better than it does. And I'm kind of sitting here scratching my head. Unfortunately, it's all too common of a sentiment. And so in order to work around this, we want you to start to build a career around the stuff that actually feels good to you at the end of the day, the stuff that feels like success. And in order to do that, we have to get clear on what this is in your terms, your definition of success, so that you can build a career that is aligned with that. Hello, win-win. Now, that is why your tip this week is very simple. It is, I want you to start to think about what your definition of success is. So you can grab a journal, you can sit down with it, and you can answer this question. If I were to pull away all of the shoulds, all of the pressures, all of the things that I've seen as examples from others, or that I've been told what a successful career looks like, and instead started to do exactly what I wanted, what would that look like? What kind of things would be the elements of it, right? What would be the key things that stand out? And then based on that, what can that tell me about what my definition of success is? So maybe it has to do with flexibility for you, fulfillment, feeling like you're doing greater good in the world. Whatever it is, there is no right answer. The important thing is that it's your answer. So I want you to take some time to really think about what those common themes are and start to pull those together. So begin by asking yourself these big, big questions. And if you find, as you start digging, that you do have a lot of shoulds, that you do have a lot of self-imposed pressures and a lot of thoughts around what success might look like and it doesn't really feel aligned to you, send me a note. You can send me a direct message and we can chat, because I am totally here to help. This is my favorite thing to help people kind of comb through, okay? So begin with that work, and in the meantime, happy working.